What even is Magic the Gathering in 2023 or going forward into 2024? This game I grew up with that came out in 1994. It was one of a kind. It was a different style. It was a different game. It was something to behold and to play with your friends, to play during your D&D session in between games. And now today, it is nothing more than the Fortnite of a trading card game. And what do I mean by that? Well, Fortnite, they've added everybody under the sun to it. You've got Goku, you've got Spider-Man, you've got The Walking Dead. I don't know anymore, because this is what Magic the Gathering has turned into. You got The Walking Dead, which came out with their Universes Beyond, and now it goes into Warhammer 40k, Fallout's coming. Marvel is the big announcement here with Magic the Gathering. Now they're crossing over with Marvel because, you know, that wasn't something that we didn't foresee a long time ago. That would be interesting to see. We had Transformers. We've had so many more crossovers that I don't even know what the game is anymore. It's turned into this thing that once was its own IP, and now the IP is diluted to the lowest common denominator, and that's how much money can we cross over from fandoms. Epic Games is going through the similar thing here, where Fortnite is the only thing that's making the money, but now everything else that they try to do just doesn't make money, and they're having to use Fortnite to supplement the Epic Games Store for the game to succeed. And I feel this is where Magic the Gathering is going, or Wizards of the Coast is going with it, and Hasbro above that. They're using Magic the Gathering to be a crutch to Dungeons and Dragons, to try and prop up certain things, certain branding, just so they have a portfolio, and that's where it really feels like at this point. Anyway, before I go completely into this, please do me the favor, like, share, subscribe, all those fun things. I talk about Magic the Gathering now and again, and Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro and all the things that they like to do, and all the things they do that is absolutely horrible for the game and stuff like that. Maybe it's good for the fandom, maybe they want to go to zero, maybe it's just a game piece. Well, the Magic the Gathering Marvel collaboration begins. This is going to be a multi-tiered set, like they're doing this across multiple sets. This is what Wizards of the Coast does. They don't understand moderation when it comes to their game. They don't understand how they can trickle things out very slowly, and it would have a greater effect on the fandom and a greater effect on what people want with the game. No, they sit there and they beat the horse until it's a bloody mess, until it's eviscerated. They knock it right down until they make that every last little penny they can as fast as they can, and that's the problem with Magic the Gathering. It's a card game, or game pieces at this point, that have been around for over 30 years. And something that's been around for that long is not going to just die off and fall apart. People are still going to play it from years from now. But at the same time, that's the success of the long-term goal. Now we're left with, we're going to introduce Marvel. On the side here, you know what, I'm going to pull this over. You can see here that we got first look at Fallout, we got Doctor Who. This also recently, you know, on the heels of Lord of the Rings set and the D&D set. Honestly, the D&D set made the most sense out of all the places for Magic the Gathering to go to, because originally it was made to be a supplement to Dungeons and Dragons. I still kind of want to collect all the D&D cards that were out there, all the special storybook style cards, and turn that into a deck for random encounters on Dungeons and Dragons. But Marvel, you're teaming up with Disney's Marvel at this point. You know, a lot of people are talking about how Lorcana is now not going to be part of Marvel, or Marvel won't be part of Lorcana. But here's the thing. They have a long way to go with Lorcana before they even have to think of adding Marvel to it. So in 5 years' time, maybe when Lorcana is ready for Marvel to be there, this will be long forgotten from Magic the Gathering. So I don't see this as being a downside for Lorcana or Ravensburger. A lot of people are saying, well, they're jumping ship and they're snubbing their nose at Ravensburger with their Lorcana, and that's not the case. I don't see that as the case. I don't see them turning around and adding Marvel to Lorcana for at least 5 years. That's bare minimum. And if they're anything like Magic the Gathering, they're now looking at sets 3, 4, 5, 12 months ahead, maybe 18 months ahead, because they're going to be producing at the same rate as original Magic the Gathering sets, where you're going to look at a new set every 3 months. Now, Marvel. Titans of Entertainment found in stores worldwide Magic the Gathering, one of the world's most popular trading card games. Not really true. They only just broke $1 billion as a brand last year, after Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh have been sitting in that spot for a very long time. Go see my previous videos on that, where I went over how much more money they're making than Magic. And Marvel, one of the world's most prominent character-based entertainment companies, are collaborating to share fan-favorite superheroes, villains, and more through amazing tabletop gameplay. This Universes Beyond collaboration, I am so done with Universes Beyond, and you are invited to join us, yada, yada, yada. And this is where you're going to find it. This is their big announcement to it. It's a big, big, big deal for Wizards of the Coast to put Iron Man, to put Wolverine, to put Professor X onto a card game. You know what? You want to play with those guys, you want to play a good game that's been around for quite a while, go look at Legendary, and it's a living card game. You'll get way more enjoyment than trying to sit there and play with this in a pro tour, in a competitive scene. Marvel characters, they've never really done very well in their own style of trading card game, but that's when Legendary came out, and I think Legendary is probably the pinnacle when it comes to a lot of Marvel. Now, there is some Legendary sets where it just really became a cash cow in that sense, but the base set of Legendary, I think, is very good. When it comes to Magic the Gathering, I'm not looking forward to this. It doesn't make me want to go run out there and buy more Magic the Gathering. It just dilutes the brand. It dilutes the IP. I remember that when the IP below me was the talk of the town. When Liliana of the Veil came out onto that card, she came out into the scene and was like, hey, pay attention to me. I'm Liliana of the effing Veil, and I'm going to wreck your world. And instead, now we're going, she became what she became. They put her into a black dress and made her look like a granny now, and it's not the same. It's definitely not the same card game it once was. They aged her, even though the card game's 30 years old, they've aged her approximately 60 years. It's not very good. Well, this is Magic the Gathering now. It's unrecognizable, even to the point where people are making memes now talking about how the next secret layer is going to be a Seinfeld or Frasier secret layer, and you have to ask yourself, is this real? Is this actually going to be a thing? And you just don't even understand. You don't even know what the next set's going to be, what the next crossover is going to be, because the brand has diluted so much, you can't even tell what is what. Card companies are quitting the game because there's too many prints of certain cards. And now with Universes Beyond, they throw a whole new wrench in the ball game. They're like, okay, well, this Universes Beyond was good, this one was horrible, but this one's got cards that aren't in any base set, so now we have to collect this one. Oh, this one's getting reprinted as something else in that base set. You don't even know what way to collect for Magic the Gathering anymore. The card game doesn't collect itself anymore. The game barely plays itself at this point. You need to have a AI to explain the rules to you anymore, and the power creep has gotten so great, it's just you just don't want to see it anymore. Universes Beyond for Magic the Gathering and Marvel going to going onto Magic the Gathering cards? Is there nothing sacred to this game anymore? It's all gone. It's dried up. It's washed up. If this is the future of it, and they're just going to pay royalties for the rest of their lives to all these collaborations, you know, at one point the reserve list was made so they could stop paying royalties. Now they're paying royalties through the nose again. And where are we today? We've got people screaming that the reserve list was a mistake, but it's still there, so they stopped paying the royalties. But now the royalties are getting paid to other places. We're back at square one, folks. Magic the Gathering is starting over, and it's now the Fortnite of the TCG world. Have yourselves a great day. I've been your Proud Canadian Phoenix, Shadow. I'm signing off here, and I will see you again very soon.